Hi, here we are. After lots and lots of deliberation, and Joy has finally managed to get online. So, hi Joy, let's just still see if your audio is working. Is it working?
Hi Lindsay, can you hear me fine? Perfect.
I can hear you perfectly. So I'm going to go, I'm going to click down here, record. So there we go. Right. Without further ado, hello everybody, it's the Now Group. Fun and games. And it's what it's about, isn't it? It's about when you are online now, and there's so many of us online, and the streaming companies just haven't got to grips yet with it, and it's understandable. So we're a little bit late, but we've got it sorted, and I've got to give top marks to Joy. Well done, girl, for what you did. You can tell me exactly later what you did. So Joy is here, Joy Fraser, and it's all about you, and it's ReCap. Joy was with me on February the 1st. Actually, yeah, you were my second. It's all about you, of 100 days in this group. And today it's day 94. And we're going to go back into Joy's world and find out what's been happening in Joy's world and how it's changed or not. So Joy, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business and any changes and how you've progressed.
Well, I have to first of all apologise, because anyone that knows me knows that everything technical goes wrong with me, as it did today. So,
Ordered it.
I am a Reiki teacher and a complementary therapist. So I work with Reiki, crystals and infrared equipment. I'm also a distributor of the Sun Ancon Chi Machine. Now, before we had our lockdown even, I was quite busy. I even managed to get in a Reiki level 2 for one of our groups. So that was about a week before the lockdown took place, so we were very lucky. Since then, I have to say it's been extremely quiet. I've had one person in all of these weeks ask for distant Reiki. And after talking with a member of another business club, I've been doing a few live videos to try and promote the Sun Ancon Chi Machine. That appears to be going quite well. I'm getting people connecting with me. Unfortunately, they're wanting to take them out on trials, which obviously my insurance won't allow me to do that. Plus, once they're out on a trial, they're no longer new to sell.
That's right. Yes, that's no good.
That is one of the places that I'm putting all of my energy into. And I've also been trying to change a couple of children's videos that I did into book form. So I'm almost done with one of them, and I have somebody who has said she will do graphics for me. So I don't quite feel the ending is as I want it just yet. So I'm trying to mull that one over this week. And once I manage to find the correct ending, I'll pass it on to her.
How exciting!
The first of a series.
Oh my goodness gracious, because you've already written a book and it's published, isn't it, Joy?
Yeah, it's The Power of Reiki, Crystals and Synchronicity, which was March last year it came out. So if anybody here has read it, I would love some more reviews.
Right, well, we'll get on that one then. But it's wonderful. Did you think, if you had still been carrying, with your practice, would you have written this book, or has this, the gift of us having time for our own, has that sort of spurred you on?
I think I would have done it, but possibly not concentrated as much, because at the moment it's exceptionally quiet. Therefore, trying to give myself some sort of structure to the day, that's been one of the things that I've been able to say, right, I will go now and I will focus on this. And I think in the days of shutdown, there are people that are either continuing to work, irrespective of what type of work they do, or there are people like me that the work kind of stops. So it's important to try and do some sort of structure to your day to keep you going.
Absolutely, yes, I agree with you. And I think it's really exciting about this new book. You've kept that quiet, missus.
Well, my aim is that a couple of years ago, I was just sitting thinking one evening, and I just suddenly, I don't know where it came from, but this story just came out of me, and I recorded it. And I sent it to my granddaughter and said, "What do you think?" And about 2 weeks later, she said to me, "You were right." I said, "I was right with what?" She said, "What you said in that video, Gran, you were exactly right." And I found out that, unknown to me, my granddaughter was going through a period at school that she wasn't interacting with any other children. And what she would do is she would go into the playground and she would stand in a corner. And one of the things I had said in the little story was, you don't want to stand on the sidelines looking in.
Oh, wow.
I just thought that was amazing, that for some reason I was thinking of her when I did that little story, but unknown to me, it totally connected with what she was going through. So from that point, I thought that there might be a little gap in the market to do stories about different problems that especially primary school children have to overcome when they go to school and mix with their peers, or don't mix with their peers. So that is my ultimate aim. I have got a little bit of a heads up in that I was with a brand new author in 2012 who was writing her very first children's book when I was staying with her. So I know what she has gone through, and how she's been doing it a letter of the alphabet for every book.
Oh my goodness.
Both of my children, luckily, my grandchildren managed to get into one of her storybooks. It's called the Skelly Rescue Service.
Oh, let's have a look. The
For
scare.
children, for young children, they're amazing. I used to keep them on my phone, and whenever I visited the grandchildren, I would read the stories out to them, and they loved them.
Okay. Wow.
So that kind of made me think that would be quite nice to do a series of books.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's wonderful. And you know, when you said there about your book and you sent it to your granddaughter, I mean, we know there's no such thing as coincidence.
No.
And you were tapping in to
Yeah.
the collective consciousness. And being a Reiki practitioner sort of heightened that. So anybody who doesn't understand what we're talking about, you know, about intuition and the rest, can you explain a little bit what that is?
I think most people grow up thinking that there are things that happen that are coincidental. So coincidental to me is different to synchronicity. And the way that I explain synchronicity is, you may decide that you want, let's say you want to speak to somebody, and a few minutes after you put that thought out, that person phones you. Or I wanted to do a course a few years ago, and the person wasn't doing her, she was using ILA grants and she wasn't doing it for that particular course. And I thought, this is the person I want to learn from rather. And I put it out there that I would be working with her. And the next time I looked at her website, the ILA grant was there. Whereas if it was coincidence, it would have just been a case of, you know, this came into my life at whatever point, and it's something I wanted to do. But synchronicity is when you're actually thinking about things and somehow the world makes it all happen. And since I became involved in Reiki, that has happened continuously. I'm sure it's with all of us, but it's only when I suppose your senses are heightened that you become more aware of it happening all the time, all around you. One of the last things that we talked about when I spoke to you in February is my house had just gone on the market. Now, obviously, since lockdown, it's kind of put everything as a knock to the curb at that point. And 2 days ago, I said to myself, right, let's stop this being down in the dumps, being scared, because scared isn't a good thing. And I'm going to put it out to the universe, and I'm going to forget about it. I'm not going to concentrate on selling this or moving into my next. And I walked out the door yesterday, and my neighbour opposite said to me, "Is that your house sold?" I said, "No." He said, "Oh," he says, "there's been a young couple 3 times we've seen them just come and look at your house. And today I went walking and my neighbour 2 doors away said, "Oh, why are you here? I thought you'd moved." I went, "No." She went, "Oh," she says, "was it, she says, you sold it to that older couple that I saw yesterday?" I said, "No, younger couple." She went, "No, there was an older couple looking at your house yesterday." And I thought, well, that's the way of going, not concentrating so much, but just saying it's to happen and putting it out there.
Yes, because the more that we sort of think about something, the way that we work, the universe, how it works, it is literally saying that we don't have it.
Yeah.
So by just thinking about it, and you've just proved that's 2 lots of people that have come along, and your neighbours literally thinking, and we know that thinking actually creates.
Yeah.
So they are thinking that it's sold. Oh my God, yay, Joy.
I met today said, "Oh, we just had the estate agents in 2 weeks ago," and I'm going, "Uh-oh." She went, "Yeah, we're going to be moving." I went, "Please don't put it on the market yet." She went, "Don't worry, it's not going to the market yet." She said, "So I'm going to put my thoughts out there that your house sells." I thought, okay.
Yeah, but your house is different to their house, and
it definitely is, yes.
Yeah, and what's happened as well, it stopped the builders from continuing, so all is good.
Yeah, I know from just the feeling that I've got to be in that particular house. I've even had readings from my Reiki teacher, and he sees me exactly in that house. In the last week or so, I've used cards, I've used pendulum, and I've got ideas as to when the house is selling and when I'm moving into my next one. So the fear part of it has gone. And I think that's really important, because when I was feeling down in the dumps, it was mainly due to fear, and that's not a space that I am used to being in. So I had to get rid of it.
Absolutely, because we know that fear, yes, it's a negative energy, and negative energies draw more negative energies. So we need to put out that happiness and exuberance, and no matter what. I'm so happy for you, and I'm watching this space, Joy Fraser. I am.
Well, I have people already waiting for Reiki workshops when I move.
There you go. It's all sorted. Yes. So you mentioned about carrying out videos, before that. How, because I know you actually do videos anyway.
Yeah.
So how comfortable are you carrying out a video? I mean, how can I put this? What I'm trying to say is, I think doing videos are so important if you want to get your business out there, whether it's showing something. And I know you're proficient at videos. So coming on here with me at the Facebook Live in February, it was just like, oh yeah, okay, I'll come on there with you, kind of thing. Blasé as you are, Joy. So if somebody wanted to carry out a video, what advice would you give them?
If they have an opportunity to do it with somebody before it goes live, then I would say that that's probably the best way to get over the fear factor side of it. Also to practice doing videos on their own that are not going live, so they get used to seeing themselves in front of a camera. But I think that the most important thing is to have the opportunity to practice on an enclosed site such as the Now Group before they take it to their own pages. In the last few days, Julie Nielsen has been running a 5-day confident camera course. Now, I did it a couple of years ago, but she asked me to go in this week and just say a few words. And the amount of people that came through and said, wow, now we can know why we have to do this course. So I think that the more you do live or even not live ones, the more comfortable you become. Last night, I mentioned at the beginning before we went live about making it's not a rug, it's about 12 by 12 size, And I thought, I don't think I've actually posted anything on Facebook today. And I always think that my Facebook page needs to be personable as well. So people need to see what I'm like. But it was the worst video I've ever done. because it was so in the last minute. I was using my camera phone, and at one point I've got it in front of my face. Then I'm trying to turn it to take a photograph or a video of the box. And then I'm trying to turn it again. And I thought it only lasted about a minute and a half. But I thought, oh, there you go. I just put it out there. You don't need to be immaculate and totally organized. You can do things impromptu online as well.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're the best as well because your personality comes through.
I remember a couple of years ago, I was doing a video planning to say, come to my Reiki workshop. And one of my dogs decided to join in. Then the second dog decided to join in. And I thought at this point, well, it's not going to get published. So I started being incredibly silly. And I was just talking to the dogs and being really stupid. And my son saw it and he said, put it out. I went, away you go. Do you know, on YouTube, it's one of the videos that had the most hits.
Whoa, that's unreal. Oh, because people love seeing you.
Well, I still see it and think, oh my gosh, how did I ever put that out there? It was quite a funny day because I've noticed since lockdown that whenever I've done any Zoom calls with anybody, one of my dogs in particular has had to join in. Every single time without fail.
Oh.
Since then, when I've tried doing any videos myself, she's had to come and join in.
Wow.
Willow has decided it's her time for the limelight.
She wants to be in Hollywood.
Oh, she's a dog that she loves getting her photograph taken. She'll she'll pose. So she's now decided that she's got to get in all the videos as well.
I love it. Is that Willow, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
It's more the laid back one. He just joins in with the meditations. He's just nice and calm.
Oh, wonderful. Well, Joy, thank you so much. Eventually we got on and it's just been a lovely chat with you and finding out how you've progressed from the first time that we chatted. How wonderful. So thank you.
Lovely to be here, Lindsay. So thank you very much. And if anybody else has ever asked to do a video with Lindsay, I would say go for it.
Thank you.
People feel so relaxed, Lindsay, that you're the ideal person if somebody is scared to talk to online.
Oh, wonderful. Lovely. Thank you for that. Yes, I like that. Good. I should just cut that bit off and just put that all over the place.
Yeah, by all means, feel free.
I wouldn't do that.
Why not? We always talk about giving yourself feedback, making sure you get feedback everywhere.
No, I know. I'm the worst of saying, did you get any feedback? So, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop you doing the odd live with somebody or not live, but recording it and then sharing it as a video feedback.
That's the point. Right, I'll be after you. Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
What was that?
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I think I'll go outside and read my book just for 5 minutes. So I want to say goodbye to everyone in the Now group. And I'll be back again tomorrow for number 95 of It's All About You on the last leg. But I do have plans for other stuff, so you don't get rid of me that quickly, I'm afraid.
Plus, of course, when we hit day 100, we've all got to sing happy birthday, haven't we?
Yes. And you know when you mentioned yesterday about being an elf, and you said, you know, I don't think you're 8 anymore. Well, I was going to write back and I thought I won't. And I thought, add 6 decades to that. And that's what I'll be on Saturday.
Well, funny enough, somebody put a thing on another page that I was on last week, and she says, who wants to stand up and actually say their age? And put a photograph. So I did, and she came back, she went, I don't believe this. She says, I thought you were 2 years older than me and I'm 48. And I thought, add another 10 onto that.
It's lovely when people give you compliments like that. Just fabulous.
I'm going down to see to my dogs now, and I've got a little bit of laminated paper to stick on my for sale board, telling people that virtual viewing is available and a fixed price. price. I thought, if I'm getting so many people coming past, it's time to do that.
It really is, yes, now that you've got it out there. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody in the Now group, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. So goodbye, everybody in Now.